in your house is a demon.
What is up, I Like Scary? We're back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the official Conjuring Last Rites trailer that just dropped. We're going to be talking about the things we missed, and we're going to be explaining everything we saw in the trailer. Before we get into it, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So I'm going to say it, man. I'm a diehard Conjuring fan, as you all know. This trailer right here was actually nightmare fuel. It was actually scary. It creeped me out. It was a lot of things shown to get us prepared for September. And I'm not going to lie, this Conjuring movie has been said to be one of the scariest ones from the earlier screenings that people seen already. And I'm starting to think that that is true, because this trailer actually had a lot packed into it. And it was actually, like I said, once again, nightmare fuel. To get into it, the trailer starts off with Janet Smurl getting interviewed by some, news reporters or press that's in Pennsylvania, and it seems that they're not believing her, just like it happened in real life, where they thought that this whole story was like a hoax and it was just like for publicity and stuff like that. But we hear Janet Smurl say we have 8 people living in this house and 8 people saw the same thing. So she's basically telling them, like, this is the real deal. We have a lot going on in this house in Pennsylvania, and the devil's involved. So we know that eventually in this story, the Warrens get brought in to be paranormal investigators and try to help them. But we also find out that the same demon that came after the Warrens early on when they were younger, and when Lorraine Warren was pregnant with Judy Warren, that demon also has returned to hunt them again while they're taking on the Smurl family case. So it seems like in this story, it's going to be 2 stories going on at once. We're going to have the Smurl family hunting alongside the demon returning to hunt the Warrens. But not only just the Warrens, it's seeming that this demon is going to be hunting Judy Warren also. From a lot of things we've seen in her trailer, her being in like this mirror room, and that scene was actually nightmare fuel, where she sees herself tapping on the mirror and eventually she starts getting choked out by her reflection. That actually is nightmare fuel. Now, one thing I want to say is, originally I thought that was going to be Annabelle, because from far back in the first trailer it was blurred out because she had the white dress on, and we know we heard rumors about Annabelle growing like a couple extra feet. Now I think it's going to be in another scene that we're going to talk about later in this video, instead of that scene in the mirror maze, because now we found out that the reflection was just simply Judy Warren. Now, through this trailer, we've seen a lot of hints at Annabelle. We see that Judy Warren's in the attic, and we see "Miss Me" on the ceiling. So we know that the "Miss Me" quote is from the Annabelle doll from the first Annabelle movie and the real story, being that the Annabelle doll said to be in this real story, where she wrote "Miss Me" in crayon on this card. So Annabelle's definitely going to be involved in this story. But man, it's this guy that we've been seeing through this trailer that is nightmare fuel. Like, I'm gonna have to put this guy on the same level as Valak, because every time we're seeing him with this crazy smile, he has like these overalls on, and I'm thinking that this is a demon that is attached to the Warrens or just the Smurl family. I don't know, because we see that this demon is coming after Lorraine Warren a lot in this trailer. And we remember we seen in the first trailer that we saw him just smiling, holding like this lantern. Now, we didn't know for sure that it was Lorraine Warren on the other side of the camera in that scene that he was coming after, but we find out in this trailer, this guy is coming after Lorraine Warren full-fledged, like he's in her face. It's a scene that is so creepy, where he's at the top of the stairs that's leading to the basement. He's walking down the stairs with an axe. Now, it could simply be somebody that's just possessed, that lives in the area, or it's just simply an entity. But we see also in this trailer that at a point, it's going after the Smurl family too. So I don't know if it's this demon that's like lashed itself on to the Warrens from day one, because she said that the devil is back hunting them, from the same one, the demon from the beginning.
It's the first one that we ever encountered.
So maybe it's just taking different formats, how Valak does. But either way, that scene where the girl is sitting in the living room and it's like a red light that shines and we see him in a corner, that's going to be nightmare fuel in theaters. Do you hear me? And then we see, you know, a scene where Lorraine Warren is in the Smurl's family house, I'm assuming. I'm guessing that's the bedroom. And it's hands under the sheets. Now, I'm going to say that this is Jack and Janet's room, the famous room from the stories that happened in the Smurl family where Jack ends up levitating to the ceiling and one of them got SA'd and they saw demons in the corner. They saw demons in the bed with them and stuff like that was SAing them. I'm assuming that that's what that's referencing to, seeing that the demon is under the covers, and that actually is scary because that's a big part of the story that people used to say with the Smurl family in real life. Like, this demon used to be in the bed with Jack and Janet Smurl, used to be in the corners of the house, and we see at a point that yes, they are not playing with this Conjuring. They're going beat for beat, like for the real story, because we see at a point actually that Jack Smurl is levitating to the ceiling. Like, he's dead ass, like levitating to the ceiling. How the story was when it first, got brought to my attention. That's the main thing I heard, with him being, one of the victims of the demon getting levitated to the ceiling and things like that. Overall, I'm not gonna lie, this seems so crazy. We see that we're going to be getting a flashback with Lorraine and Ed Warren when she was going through labor with Judy Warren. We looking at rearview mirror and we see that Lorraine Warren is in pain, obviously because she's in, labor with Judy Warren. And I'm thinking that maybe that can play a factor in why this demon has returned, because now Judy Warren is older, and we hear Lorraine Warren say once again the demon is back from when we were younger, and they say that they ran away because they couldn't handle this demon, but now it's returned while they're dealing with one of the worst cases in paranormal history. So we see a demon actually on a ceiling at a point. I think this is in a Smurl's family house, or it can be in a Warren's family's house, but it's just so much going on in this trailer. And we even see that Ed Warren is doing like, this seance or ritual against the entity, and it's a mirror in the attic. Now, this mirror is a very standout piece in the Smurl family case. They said that they actually were assuming that the spirits were attached to this mirror that was in the attic. So it seemed like they're going to touch on the fact about that mirror that we heard with the real story. We see that Patrick Wilson, at a point, Ed Warren is going up against this mirror and it's like twirling in the air. We see doorknobs going upside down with crosses on them. And then we see Annabelle just sitting in the middle of the floor. And I think in that scene right there, that's when she's going to grow a couple extra feet, because we see a flashlight behind her. But then we come to find out that it's actually Judy Warren with the flashlight, because we see in a previous trailer that she's actually in a room and it has like a mirror on a dresser or whatever. She has that flashlight in that room where Annabelle's in. So I'm guessing that they're going to play some type of trick where Annabelle grows a couple of feet in that scene. And yeah, it looks like Annabelle is going to be Judy Warren's worst enemy. But yeah, it's looking like everything is going beat for real with the real Smurl story. But you know that they're going to have to add their own little stuff to it, because they got to make it a little scarier because it's a movie. But we see at a point that some lightning strikes in the middle of the street. And at first I thought it was Valak, but no, it seems to be the same demon from that scene when the little girl has the baby doll and the baby doll sits up like Michael Myers. Yeah, we find out that that's actually the demon that has, been put in the middle of the street by a lightning bolt, it seems to be. And one thing that kind of scares me, we heard, like, now don't quote me on this, I want to say that Ed Warren had like heart issues in his lifetime, and we see a scene where he's holding his chest like he's having heart issues in one of these scenes. So I don't know how that's going to play out, but overall this looks scary. Like that scene too where we see Lorraine Warren in the basement and we hear that voiceover of Ed Warren saying, "I can't help you this time," probably like it's too bad. And we see the guy with the long hair, the big smile on his face with the axe, and he's walking and she's like drowning in blood in the basement. Yeah, it's looking like Lorraine Warren's going to get the bad end of the stick in the Conjuring Last Rites. I'm loving the fact that they're going beat for beat with the real Smurl family story. It seems to be from, Janet Smurl getting interviewed by News and Press, from Jack Smurl levitating to the ceiling, from that kitchen scene with the chandelier dropping on the table, them glorifying the fact that it's the devil in Pennsylvania, the Warrens having a hard time with the Smurl family case, seeing the children, the dolls and toys levitating. Yes, they're going beat for beat. I am so ready for September. This movie is going to be crazy. We've heard once again that this is the scariest Conjuring entry, and I'm starting to believe it. Overall, those are the things that we missed those are the things that, you know, I can explain with this trailer. I cannot wait. Comment down below what you feel about this trailer. Are you ready for the Conjuring Last Rites? Let me know in the comments. Unfortunately, this is the end of the video. I want y'all to hit me up on all my social medias at ILIKESCARY, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.